Okay, there she blows. So now we're just going to test. What I ended up doing is, not what you can see, yeah, it's pretty decent. So, basically everything we discussed earlier in the last video for the setup, I have that 90 there. This all has been glued in already here. I'm not going to glue this yet. I don't really know how long I want it or which direction I want it to go. I ended up drilling a bunch of holes in where I want the cater to go. I am not going to do a deep sand bed in there. I'm just going to put the 2 quarts of the Marine Pure balls in there. And what I'm going to do is, because this thing hasn't been run in, I don't know, 5 years in storage, something like that. So I'm going to fill it up halfway and then let it sit overnight. Make sure there aren't any leaks. My biggest concern is for that, of course, the bulkhead coming out of the tank over there. I don't have any leaks yet, and really what's going to come down to is the head pressure. So as this thing gains head pressure, it might spring a leak, but who knows. I have it really tight, and hopefully it's on correctly. So you gotta take it slow. 200 gallons is a lot of water. I'm not even done building this house yet, so that would be a bad way to spend a couple days of cleaning. So we'll leave it at that for now. Once it gets to about maybe 50%, maybe a little more, if it's not leaking, I'll probably go up to 2/3 and leave it overnight. And then tomorrow I'm going to fill it up all the way, let everything just run through fresh water, and that way I'll be able to just inspect everything and we'll take it from there. Alright guys, we'll see what happens. Okay, well, it turns out, like the rest of humanity, I'm pretty impatient. And when I noticed it wasn't leaking, about halfway, 1/3 mark, I just wanted to be sure. I know some of these marks here, they're called crazing. It happens, you can't even see it in the camera. There it is. It happens during high stress bending and forming of acrylic aquariums. But what I wanted to try out for me was one, to see if I could break siphon, which you can see it's just trickling down, back down. And I'll show you, that's kind of important right now, is to see where it's going to stop, to see if where my sump level is going to work. Right now it's about 1 inch too high anyway, from where that 2.5 gallon is. Not really important to me right now. Nothing here is leaking, thankfully. But let me go ahead and show you how that siphon works. It is a little gurgly without the canopy. And I can silence the overflow, but I like the fact it's a 2-inch wide open, and it's just safer. I'm not going to have any snails or anything in here, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. As you can see, I need to use a 8-foot ladder to get on top of this thing to even do any work on it. But let me carefully remove that. Don't fall in. All right. So there is it's like a 1/4 inch hole drilled right there. And that breaks siphon, so you don't need, part of it, or your inspection should be to make sure that's always clear and open, which it should stay, because water is being forced through there, and I'll show you that right now in a second. Because if that ever clogs up, it'll back siphon and flood your entire house. So, at least until the very first return line. So let me go ahead and turn this thing back off from the feed setting. And it actually has quite a bit of flow. I'm surprised. Here it is. So watch it pick up here. There it goes. And it is, I want to say, pretty quiet. I think the 6.5 feet, let's see if you can even hear that. The 6.5 feet of head pressure does add quite a bit of pressure to the motor. So let's see if I could, no, see, it's already draining. So the drain's definitely louder than the motor is, especially when you shut it. Broke siphon once. That's what happened last time. That's interesting. And so the pump has to be at full blast or close to full blast. So these DC pumps pick up speed. They start slow and pick up speed, and initially the head pressure kind of overcomes the pump's momentum, and it actually breaks siphon. So that right there is to break siphon. And now as it fills back up. You can hear how loud this drain is, or not loud, but the noise it makes. And I'll go ahead and cover this. It does make it quieter. And I'll stand back with the camera. And let's see. I don't think the camera's going to pick it up, which is a good sign, I guess, but maybe it will. All right. Now when I open it, you'll definitely hear, I'm glad this is made so well, because when I open it, it definitely gets louder down in here. But I think I'm okay. So I'm gonna let this run for at least a day. Clear everything out, make sure all the sediment here goes away. I'll be siphoning it out and jetting certain areas where I see things getting caught. Other than that, for now, it's just staying and it's running with fresh water, as you should do with every new setup, just to be sure that you're not wasting money on salt when you got to take it all down, just in case something leaks or something breaks or doesn't work as you wanted it to. And that's it for this video. Stay tuned and subscribe if you want to see any further videos regarding this aquarium. Take care, guys.